Welcome to episode 1 on the Devlog series on An Aspie Life Beginnings, which I guess straight up will just introduce you to the project. An Aspie Life Beginnings is a prequel to An Aspie Life, a game I previously worked on, and it's a adventure RPG based around autism and other mental disabilities, set during the 80s with a slice of life, growing of age tale. With a bit of dash of fantasy, just to add a bit of flair and cinematic value. But yeah, so this is a prequel. The original game was called An Aspie Life. I worked on it during high school, and this game was meant to be DLC, and it kind of has gone bonkers, and it's turned into its own full prequel, which is way bigger than the original, and I am regretting my life. So yeah, pretty much where we are. It's halfway through development currently, and I thought I'll share with you guys the rest of the experiences and things I've already learnt, so you don't make the same mistakes as me, the idiot. Yeah. So, An Aspie Life. What's the game? What's part of it? What's it all about? So, An Aspie Life is basically a series where I try to recreate what it's like to live with autism or other mental or physical disabilities through the use of gameplay mechanics, visual metaphors, sound, etc. Everything to do with game design development. And I put this all together to try and put the players in the shoes of that character and how they feel and express themselves to the world. So, this game being a lot bigger, it's got far more core mechanics to it, it's got far more complexity, it's got far more things inside of it. So, mainly in the last 2 years, which is how long I've been working on this project, I've been focusing on getting the core mechanics into the game, which has been a struggle. There's 3 main sectors. The first one is the conversation battles. Now, conversation battles is where you try to talk to someone, and they've evolved from the first game. It's pretty much a Pokemon-style battle where you've got to respond to what they're asking you and try and make your way through a conversation without hurting your emotions too much. The second core mechanic, is pretty much the exploration, exploring the world, seeing things, getting upgrades, etc., like you would in an RPG. And then the third and final main mechanic is the meltdown battles. Now, these have evolved. Originally, they were a turn-based JRPG battle system, and I worked on that for a whole year, and then like a couple months ago I decided just to scrap it, because it just didn't feel good. It didn't look well, it was taking forever, and it's turned now into meltdown battles. Now, these are pretty much a beat-em-up style system combined with RPG mechanics along with some stat stuff, which actually involves in a pretty fun but easy to understand gameplay mechanic. And all these gameplay mechanics come back together to help push the game's theme, which is individualism and expression. So like everything in the game's stat tied, and the stats are like social, agility, attack, defense, like sensitivity, those sort of things, right? Now, the conversation battles, everything is based around this meter called the emotional meter and your health meter. Now, the health is obviously health. If all 3 characters lose their health, the game's over, pretty much. But your emotional meter is the main one you want to focus on. So during a conversation battle, let's say, you can lose a lot of your emotional power, depending on how well you play the game. And you can regain this by doing the meltdown battles, where you got to fight emotions. So, for example, if you fight the emotion of hate, it will release gems, called emotion gems, once you defeat it, and those will fill your bar. And there's a lot more to the system, and I'll explain it in future, when we get more into detail of those things, but keeping just a brief overview of everything that's going on. But yeah, so it's pretty much where the game is up, what it's all about. This month has been basically tying loose ends. I have developed a day-night cycle for the game's inbuilt clock, which has been pretty fun. A lot of tile palette swapping, I explored some other systems such as shaders. Well, it's technically a shader, but like visual shaders and other such things, which would look more modern, but it just wouldn't work with the game's art style and design. So I eventually went with a palette swapping shader. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Combining this with some very basic, rudimentary dynamic shadows, which I've developed, they both come together to really give some life to the world. This also goes into other things I've been developing, which has been basically a lot of dynamic plants, and then finishing up some of the bugs and stuff around me, as you gotta do, because the bugs just don't stop coming. They just fly in the window and into the computer hard drive, and I don't know. Just gotta get the bug spray out, man. It's the only way to defeat them. But yeah. So it's getting there. It's still probably gonna be 2 years away until it's released. As my current estimate, from this point on, next month, it's basically going to be all about the story, the map, overworld, the characters, places you're going to visit, and a lot of animation and art, which is going to be interesting because that's where the majority of the story is going to come together, and a lot of this things I developed are they going to work. But yeah, I guess stick around and I'll update you guys next time on how the game's going, where we are. If the bugs have exploded yet and killed me, we'll find out soon enough. So yeah. Have a great day, you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Brisbane City and short trip train. Building all stations.